Hello and welcome to this session in which we would look at revenue recognition for governmental accounting, specifically dealing with fund accounting. Before we discuss revenue recognition for fund accounting, let's go back and talk about revenue recognition in general. What do we mean by revenue recognition? Revenue recognition tells us when do we record, when do we accrue, when do we write down revenue on the books. Well, let's start, rather than government, let's start with business. Well, business earn revenue when they provide goods and services. So for a business, they calculate revenue when they meet their obligation, when they perform the obligation of a contract. This is for business purposes. They compute income after completing the work and meeting their obligation. And I hope we should know this. Also, just some common sense tells us that businesses, they operate to make a profit. Well, how about governments? Government don't provide services. Governments, they don't. Their job is not to provide you services to earn a profit. That's not what they do. They're not profit motive. So they don't provide a service. They expect to get paid, and they expect to get paid cost plus some profit. That's not what they do. They're there to serve the people, the public. That's the purpose of it. Well, so when it comes to revenue recognition, because they don't have this profit motive, what they do is they follow completely a different approach to record revenue. How do they record revenue? How do they come up with this? Now we have revenue. Well, let's go back and think about budgetary accounting. What did we say about budgetary accounting? How does it work? Well, the government sets a budget. They set a budget, $1 million. Then they have an appropriation amount. This is how much they can spend. Then they have it in encumbrances. Then from encumbrances, it goes to expenditure, and they spend the money. So this is how they do it. They plan, they encumber the money, then they spend it. So what happens is expenditure drives everything else. So simply put, the way the government operates, it's totally different than regular businesses. Government, first, they determine how much they plan to spend this period. That's expenditure. And what they do, once they determine this amount, they go backward and they figure out the revenue. In businesses, if you think about the matching principle, I'm going to talk about this several times today, is the matching principle is the opposite. The matching principle for a profit business, first they determine the revenues, then they figure out what expenses serve that revenue. Because government, it's easy for them to raise revenue. All what they have to do is raise taxes, charge the public more taxes, and they can get the revenue. So it's not a problem for them. All what they figure out first is how much they want to spend, then getting the revenue is not an issue at all. Now, having talked about revenue recognition in general, just give you the big idea. Remember, when it comes to fund accounting now, fund accounting, we use the modified accrual accounting. Now, if you don't know what the modified accrual, stop right now. Go to the modified accrual lesson and review modified accrual, although we will explain it in this context, in a context of revenue recognition, but you need to have good understanding of modified accrual. Modified accrual, the first thing you need to know about it is it focuses on current financial resources. This means you only account for resources that you can use now, mainly cash, receivable, liquid item that you can spend now, current financial resources. We don't account for buildings. We don't account for long-term assets. And this is what we will discuss in this session. Basically, how do government recognize revenue under modified accrual in fund accounting? That's the whole purpose. So let's go ahead and dive deeper into these various topics. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, farhatlectures.com.
Hello, my name is Farhat. You are here because you are either an accounting student, a finance student, or someone who's studying for their CMA or CPA exam. Great. You are looking for some additional help, and we can help you. I strongly encourage you to visit my website, farhatlectures.com. I offer additional lectures, resources, including PowerPoint slides, multiple choice questions, in some circumstances, exercises, and true-false questions. Our material is aligned with your CPA review courses, with your CMA review courses, with your college courses. I offer a risk-free trial that you can try to find out whether my website can help you or not. If you find it helpful, you subscribe, you keep your subscription. If not, you cancel and your risk is free. If you like this recording, if you like my lectures, you would like what's on the website, give me a chance to help you with your college courses as well as professional certification. I hope to see you on the website.
So what is modified accrual? Well, review. Well, how is it different from regular accrual? The way it tracks your finances. It focuses on current financial resources. What are we talking about here? Cash, receivable, marketable securities, prepaid, supplies. Those are the things that you are going to spend now to operate your business. That's all what they care about. So what's the catch here? You have to remember, we don't keep track of long-term assets like land, building, equipment. Those are not included under modified accrual accounting. You might be saying, what do we do with those? Well, they're on the government-wide financial statement. What we'll do with any of those, for now, you're going to see we will treat them as an expenditure, because all what we care about for fund accounting is, did we spend the money? If we did, it's an expenditure, and we'll see that later when we focus on the expenditure chapter. Also, we don't keep track of long-term liabilities like bonds, pensions, long-term debt. We leave them out. If we happen to pay for any of this, if we happen to pay a loan, if we happen to finance our pension, all these are also, you're going to see later, they are considered expenditure. So under modified accrual, we zoom in on what's usable or expendable within the short term. Now, what's a short term? You're going to see what a short term is. So how does revenue again differ for government? Well, think of the matching principle in reverse. A government first determine their expenditure, then match revenue to these expenditure. So the government flipped this matching principle concept. Instead of earning revenue to fuel spending, we assess expenditure first. And that's why when we get to the expenditure, and when I talk about expenditure, I would say you want to make sure you understand the rules for expenditure, because if you understand the rule for expenditure, you would understand the rule for revenue, because revenue is the flip image of expenditure. So revenue is brought afterward to cover the cost. So first we determine the expenditure, then the revenue. Now, how do we determine that we have a revenue? How does the government says, yes, we have a revenue? Well, here's how it works. First, we have to quantify it. We have to measure the revenue. Can we assign a clear dollar amount? So can we assign clear dollar amount? And that's common sense. You cannot record something if you cannot put a dollar amount on it, whether it's a not for profit or a profit. You have the revenue has to be measurable. That's one. Two, available. What is available? And this is important. This is what's going to tell us. Will the revenue be collected in time to cover current period expenditure? Remember what we talked about? We said we have a period of time, year X1, and in this year X1, we determined to have a certain amount of expenditure the government wants to spend. Well, what's considered revenue is, will this quantifiable revenue available to finance this expenditure, this period expenditure, or shortly after? For most government, available is defined as being collected within the fiscal year, so within this X1, plus, they would say, even if you don't have it in X1, as long as you have it 60 days early X2, that's still revenue in X1. Because think about how the word works. How does it work? Well, if you might spend some money here for something. Now, although you purchase something, you don't have to spend it. You might have purchased something, but you're not going to pay for it until 60 days later. So you spend some money at the end of X1, but you will pay for it in X2. Same concept. You might have earned some money in X1 and you don't get the cash in X2. Therefore, 60 days after considered part of the prior year. Again, the 60 days is only as a benchmark. Some government, they only say the first 30 days, some 90 days. So, what's available, for example, if we're looking at year X8, so any revenue that's available to finance year X8 expenditure is considered revenue, and any revenue generated in the first 60 days in year X9, it's also considered financing X8 revenue. So this is the official revenue recognition definition. Is the money available, measurable and available to finance the current expenditure and 60 days after? If it is, it's revenue. Now the government undertake two big type of transaction. Let's take a look at this multiple choice question from Farhat lecture. Which of the following is a correct statement about governmental revenue? Revenues in a government fund are recognized when measurable and available. Yeah, that sounds, yeah. Revenue, when do we recognize the revenue? When it's measurable and available. I would keep this one for sure, a good candidate. Examples of governmental revenue are income taxes, interfund transfer, property taxes. Interfund transfer, not necessary. Not necessary. Governmental revenue should be recorded when earned. The government don't earn the money. They meet certain condition. Business revenue should be recognized when earned, not governmental revenue. Governmental revenue, you don't expect to provide any service to earn it as long as you meet certain conditions. Therefore, the best answer choice will be A. Revenue in a government fund are recognized when measurable and available. Measurable and available. What should you do now? You're going to go to Farhat lectures, look at additional MCQs, additional resources, whether you are a governmental accounting student studying for the CPA exam or some other professional certification. Invest in yourself. Farhat lectures is always here to help.